Good afternoon, traders. Welcome to the More Analytics Afternoon S&P 500 Gold and Bitcoin podcast for February 2nd, going into the 3rd. We'll start off with the S&P 500. Turn bullish in here again. We've been bullish overall from 3502. We've seen 3,541 to the upside. A lot of other bullish calls in here. I'm not going to get into the trade below 7012. Bought in 147.5 with the pressure warned about below and more pressure below 69.94.5. I said I'd no longer mention those because we've broken back above this formation right here. So we broke below this and this, came down and then broke back above. And that got us bullish this morning. We also broke back above both of these formations. If we take out these formations above, those are going to warn of continued strength. Those are going to come in at 70, 58, 21 to 70, 68, 41. Plus 12 per hour starting at 6 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time. If we were to roll back over and take out these formations on the downside, those are going to warn of decent pressure again. Either one of them. I mean, first one coming in at 69.4206 plus 0.63 per hour starting at 6 o'clock p.m. The next one coming in at 69.3130 plus 0.35 per hour starting at 6 o'clock p.m. This is a bigger formation down here. That's going to come in at 68.8025 plus 0.3 per hour starting at 6 o'clock p.m. And a decent break below there will project this downward at least 125 points. Okay, gold. Turned bullish today briefly, even though we're settled lower a little bit. We held exhaustion up above. Up in here at 56.1920 with the 56.28 high and rolled over 2,103. We also broke below formation at 52.1380, which projects us downward 250 minimum, 488 plus maximum. We attained 790.6 of that. And then I said the near maintain gap lower, left a minor bearish reversal above. We came off 679.7 from the 51.0290 open. And then the trade below 47.6830 plus 9 per hour brought in 345.1 of pressure. Those are all on hold. That was the break below this formation, and this formation. Then we broke back above this steep formation. So the break back above 45.2010 currently warns of short covering. Excuse me. That was the break back above this formation down here. Decent trade above this formation right here will warn of decent strength. That's going to come in at 47.8830 plus 9 per hour starting at 6 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Just bear with me a second here. My apologies. I did not mean to say decent trade above this line. That's not what brought us the strength in. There's a break above 45, 20, 10 down in here. And then we also broke above the steep formation. But a decent break above this line should bring in decent strength as well. Decent failure below this formation down below here, which is going to come in at 44.32 plus 2 per hour starting at 6 o'clock p.m. That'll warn of decent pressure. The break below there decently, back up through it decently, look for decent short covering to come in. Decent penetration in there is going to be 118.7 overnight. And in the Bitcoin, we had been bullish overall from 16,275 for 110,965. A lot of other bullish calls in here, all of which are on hold. Then we got bearish overall from 124,228. We've now seen 49,443 from that. A couple other bearish calls in here. One of them to note is I said that the trade below 97,925 projects this downward 37,000 plus. So we've gone on to attain 23,140 of that. And then the trade below 95,155, I said warned of decent pressure likely for days and a possible run for 85 minus. We've seen 20,370 of that so far, trading down to 74,785. And you can read the rest of these in here. Then more recently, we broke below this formation right here, the break below 86,075, which are brought in 11,290 pressure. If we were to break back above that decently, look for decent short covering to come in. Maintain gap higher tomorrow. We'll leave a minor bullish reversal below. I would just say on the day here, this warns of short covering before / if resuming lower trade, possibly to go up into the gap here if we do not take out the low at 77,840. This formation up here comes in at 86,187 plus 2 per hour starting at 6 o'clock p.m. Okay, thank you very much for watching. I hope you have a good evening, and I'll see you on tomorrow's podcast.